Okay, welcome to Cloud Training for Enthusiasts, Module 2 session. And today we are going to be talking about DevOps. One of the reasons why we wanted to do this class is so that all of us in this session, because this May session is a peculiar session, our aim is not just to introduce to AWS, is to introduce to the whole system that makes up software development lifecycle. That is SDLC. Yes, I mean software life development cycle, meaning everything it takes for you to have an application from conceptualization, development to operation to people using it. That is the goal of this training. And to have this goal, so to succeed in this goal, it's better for us to have the holistic plan of our training. You understand? And this training, I know, is for those of us that are really, really, really serious. It's not because you just want to do training because we are doing training. But after this training, you should be able to look for a project and do the project and successfully execute it and lead a team and lead a company and play a DevOps role. You understand? And our first training, our first week, I've also introduced us to troubleshooting. I know most of us had issues converting to Linux, getting to Linux. It was part of the training because troubleshooting is the bedrock of DevOps because you are a support solution architect. So welcome to Cartoon to Enthusiast. So I'm going to do DevOps introduction. What is DevOps? My name is Osatomi Patrick Agbogu. I'm a senior DevOps engineer working with fintech from a telecom background. And I've supported so many infrastructures and I'm still supporting and I'm still giving DevOps solutions. So DevOps is like the basic word dev and op, development and operations. Although there are so many things in between. What is the concept of DevOps? DevOps is like an agile system that is able to automate all the processes required for a system to be developed, to be operated, and to be consumed, and to be secured. You understand? That automation process. What automation? Automation means things that people do every day. You just don't want them to be doing it manually. You just want to set up a system that immediately you click A, automatically is out at the end. You understand me? That process of giving that automation from the development to the operations to the usage to rollback reformation, that process is called DevOps. It's an agile system. Now, before now, developers work separately, operation work separately, security work separately, alert work separately. They call themselves different names. But with this agile methodology, it's trying to make everybody work together. So the marriage that is binding them together is the DevOps engineer, is the DevOps support technician, or DevOps support specialist, or DevOps consultant, depends on the name they call it. As far as DevOps is part of it, your work is to make their work easy. Now, these are the, maybe most of us have seen this 8, Abby, this flow. You have seen this flow before, Abby? Hello, please. Am I the only one here?
Yes, please.
Okay, we have seen this flow before. This flow is just like every part, everything that it takes for an application to come out. You understand me? But before, you see, before they don't used to be together. They are like separately, like the planning is in one side, which is under project management. The continuous feedback is under customer relation and feedback management. You understand? Then the build, talk about the operation build. Sometimes the developers also build. When they build, you understand, they build the application, whether using a Docker file. Then the continuous integration, meaning developers that are working separately, they work separately, they integrate it into something they want to work. So before they were all in separate units, but you can see now they are working in hand. You can see this flow is trying to explain to you how they work. Now, so many companies now came up and started looking for a particular aspect that they are focusing on. Maybe you've heard of Kubernetes. Kubernetes, Docker, Kubernetes and Docker mostly is for deployment. You understand me? So this person take care of deployment, then operation to operate. Jira, talking about the flow, what's the issues? Is there issue? If there's issue, is going to attend to the issue, who's going to manage the issue? That's where Scrum comes in, Scrum and Jira. Jira is like a management system, operation management system. Then we have the Jenkins. The Jenkins the unit, the Circle CI is under integration, meaning something that will help you automate the process. Don't worry, just take note of this because we're going to break it down and we're going to be following through the processes step by step. So this is the reason from this class onward, you must not miss it. If you miss it, even if you go back to the class, you may not be able to catch it and ask the live question. So like the Git and GitHub is like a bucket where you put something and people start like a bucket of water or a bucket of something. So anytime people go there and drop something there, like different code that is being built, they go there and drop it. So the advantage of that Git is that it has what we call version VSC, that means version control system, which means anything that you do, you understand me? Meaning anything that if a little drop of water is removed, that bucket will notice that there's a little drop of water have left the bucket. Or if a little dot of water join the bucket, as far you ask Git to monitor that file on that folder, it will tell you that a little dot of water have left the bucket. So that process of versioning, that process of controlling the resources, you understand me, is part of build process. It's also part of integration process. So that aspect, that application that help us to do that is called Git. That's one of the greatest strengths of DevOps. Now for planning, we have project planning, we have MATLAB, we have Confluence. They use Confluence, like my company use Confluence. Many companies use Confluence, you understand? Many companies use different planning processes. Then if you look at all these things you are seeing, they are different. That's why when they ask you, what are your stack? When they ask you what are your stack, they're asking you, they're not expecting you to know all these applications. But at least you should know one among all this. Or you should have used one, or at least two from all these processes. So this is just a graphical explanation of DevOps. Now, what is DevOps? DevOps is the combination of three teams: the developers, the quality assurance team, and the operations. We know when we're talking about developers, talking about people, then the product owner is also part of it. The product owner is also part of it. I didn't put it here, but it's always silent. The product owner and the QA team are always silent, but they're part of DevOps processes. The project owner or the product owner, or the Scrum Master, the product owner, the Scrum Master, they are part of it, but they are always hidden when it talks about DevOps. What is DevOps? Developers. Who are the developers? Developers are people that looked at what somebody wants to build. They looked at the best language that they can use to build it. For example, we want to build a game. You understand me? Many of us play this thing here. We play Candy Crush. We are very good in play. I know most of us play Candy Crush here. For me, when you say Candy Crush, this song, I can't start for say who never fuck up hands in the air. If you never play Candy Crush, hands in the air, everybody don't play them. Or you must have seen it. Candy Crush is designed with Java, I think with Java and other application hidden to it. So when you look at the problem, somebody comes to you and say, there's a problem I want to do. I want to solve a solution. So the developers look at the solution architect look at the problem and examine the problem and break it down with the product from the product owner. The product owner is the person that actually have the idea. You understand me? Like that's why it's called product owner. The product is something that they want to develop. The owner means somebody that have the complete idea. If the product owner sees the idea, okay, he will now call a developer and say, okay, look at the problem I want to do. Solution architect, please help me to break it down. Solution architect will now say, okay, because you want to do this, you need an administration team. You need an application that will administrate. You need an application that will send notification. You need an application that will send this. You understand me? All those, you will not break it down into all those processes. Then you will not decide to say, okay, which programming language can do this well, can do this well, can do this well. Maybe Golang can do all of them. Maybe JavaScript can do all of them. You now put all of it together. You now call the people that can use that language to do that project that you want to do. Those people that can use that language to do those things that you want to do, they are called the developers. You understand me? They can use different any language. Some people are very good at using React to do anything. I have a friend that is very good at using PHP. They can use PHP to write anything, to do anything. So my friend can use Golang. They can use Golang to do anything. But it's not about the Golang or the React or the Python. It's about the person that wants to work. How is he able to relate with the other people? Is he a solution person? Then if the person is yes, you bring the person, you now ask the person, which programming language are you designing for backend, meaning things, the machines that works, the code that makes things to work, or the front end, the things, the UI that people can see and make use of. You understand me? So it can either be backend or front end, or you want to be both. You can do both backend, you can do both front end. We call them full stack.